Hey y'all, and welcome to today's video. You can see I am barefaced today, and that is because I have bought a few new products at the drugstore, some like budget-friendly type things. So I thought, you know what? Why don't I pull out some old drugstore favorites? We can play with some of the new things I have, and we can just get ready together. This will be all drugstore or drugstore price point, budget-friendly, whatever you want to call it. I hate using the word affordable because affordable is different to every person, but I've got like some Maybelline, some Wet n Wild, Revlon. I've got this ColourPop palette we're going to do a second look with because I did do swatches and a look and y'all said y'all wanted a second look. I've got a new Milani lipstick. I've got some, where are they? Revolution, Makeup Revolution Bright Light Highlighters. We are going to play with these. Lots of products here. I've got some e.l.f., old favorites, new things to test out. We're just going to get ready together. And if you are new here, hey, my name is Heather and makeup makes me happy. Here at my channel, we don't try to be perfect. We just want to have a good time with our makeup, whatever that means. Shimmer, glitter, drugstore products, we are here for it. We love it all. Indie, affordable, drugstore, high-end, luxury. I just love makeup. So if you like watching lots of new videos, because I upload a lot of videos every single week, this is the place to be, but I cannot wait to put some makeup on my face, so let's jump into it. Okay, to get started, I'm going to use my e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. This is not new. I got this, what's it been now? Like a month or two ago. And I've been loving it. I feel like it's a good dupe for the Milk Hydro Grip. I think it's just a little bit more on the thin side than that, but it's just as tacky, just as powerful of a gripping primer. And I really want my makeup to last all day. So I'm going to use that Longwear gripping primer. Everything that I talk about I will link down below for y'all because I can't remember the prices of everything off the top of my head. But I believe this is $10 or somewhere around $10. And I'm also going to go in with an old favorite drugstore foundation. This is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundation. This is just the original. And this is around $6. I just had to buy a new one because I didn't have this anymore. I've been through so many of these. So I'm just going to put this on. It comes with like this little spatula. This is a very long wear foundation. I know they make a dewy version now for people who have more dry skin, but I'm going to just blend this in. And I'm going to pounce this in with my e.l.f. sponge. This is the sponge from the Cookies and Cream collection. And I think this sponge is around $6. I really want to use all drugstore or drugstore adjacent tools today too. So I have some of my Morphe brushes, some of my BH Cosmetics brushes. And I'm going to use my e.l.f. sponge. Just bouncing this in. Okay, now that I've got that blended in, y'all, this has been a foundation I've used for years. When I was working 12-hour night shifts at the hospital, this was like a holy grail foundation for me and never budged. It stayed. For reference, I do have oily skin, but I am 34, so I want something that's going to be kind to my under eyes. And I heard great things about this Maybelline Super Stay Activewear Concealer. It says it's up to a 30-hour wear. I heard really good things about this concealer, so this is going to be a first impression for me. This is my very first time trying this, and the applicator is really weird and small, isn't it? But I know my friend Angelica Nyqvist here on YouTube really likes this concealer. It seems very thin. I know it looks like I applied a lot, but let's blend it in and let's see. It didn't give me very much coverage. What I like to do with concealers is put them on and blend them in and see what happens. And if I need more coverage, the next time I use it, like now, I'm going to put on a thin layer and kind of blend it like that. And I'm going to let it set for a few minutes and then I'm going to blend it in. Usually with concealers, I let them set for 2 to 3 minutes and then I blend them, and I feel like it'll give me a little more coverage. So since I didn't get the most coverage over here, you can still see like a little discoloration peeking through right here. I'm going to let this set and then I'm going to blend it in. Okay, I've got that concealer blended in. I think it's looking really nice. It looks like a nice medium coverage concealer, which I love. Medium coverage is like my preference. So far it's setting under the eyes really nice. Now, before I set my face with powder, I want to try these. These are the Revolution Bright Light Highlighters. And I've seen mixed reviews on these. I've seen some people hating these, and I've seen some people on Instagram like praising these, saying that they're a dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury light ones. So I have this shade here that's a little more pink, and let me see if I can see the shade name. Why isn't the shade name like super visible on here? Oh, Beam Pink. So I want to try this before I set my face. And I mean, look, that is kind of an applicator that's very similar to the Charlotte Tilbury, but that is like icy, icy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to blend it in with my sponge. Why isn't it wanting to blend in with my sponge? Okay, why though? Why is it not blending? Oh my gosh, it looks like a stripe of liquid highlight on my face. No. Like y'all saw, I literally put it on, picked up my sponge and started blending. A dupe for Charlotte Tilbury? No way. Charlotte Tilbury sinks into the skin. This is terrible. Do y'all see this? Do you see this strip on my face? No. Ah, that's so ugly. Oh my gosh, I hate that. Are you kidding me? Okay. Listen, we're going to try the other color. We're going to try the other color. This one is called Strobe Champagne. And you know what? Let's see. I'm going to see if I can put it on the back of my hand and maybe pick it up from the sponge and put it on my face that way. Maybe that's the way it wants to be applied. It's so chunky. Like it looks like it's just setting on top of my skin. This looks terrible. This looks terrible. That looks so bad. This looks bad. Oh my gosh. I hate it. It looks like liquid highlighter that's just thick and not sinking into the skin. Even when I'm looking head on, I feel like I see demarcation. Okay, I just played myself with that. I'm going to... This is part of what happens when I test new makeup. Sometimes it's beautiful, like this concealer. Sometimes you get the chunky liquid highlight. But I'm going to set my face with Revlon PHOTOREADY setting powder. Well, I'm not going to set my whole face, but I'm going to press this into my under eye. I'm going to set right in here. Oh my gosh. With powder going on top of this highlight, it's looking even worse. It looks even worse. No. No, Makeup Revolution, why do you continue to hate me? Wow, I hate it. Okay, my face is set. And I used that Revlon powder, and then I went in with a big fluffy brush with my NYX HIGHGLASS finishing powder. I have so many people tell me that I buy the HIGHGLASS powder, but it's the illuminating powder and it's a highlighter. This is a finishing powder. So I set the rest of my face with this. I will link it down below. The Revlon powder I think is under $10, and the HIGHGLASS powder is on super clearance at NYX right now. I think it's less than $8. So I will link that down below, but we're going to fill in the brows, and I'm going to use some Drugstore brow products today. So I have a Morphe brow pencil, and then where is my NYX brow pen? So I'm going to kind of brush my brows up, And brows are not super exciting to watch, so I'm going to kind of speed through this, but I'm going to set everything into place with my e.l.f. brow lift. All of these are drugstore priced. I think the Morphe pencil is $6. I think this is around $10. The NYX pen and the e.l.f. brow lift and the tool are both under $6. So I'll just kind of speed through the brows for y'all so you don't get bored. Okay, the brows are done, but I just have to say, everybody who made Instagram reels duping the Charlotte Tilbury Lightgasm wands with these, it's on site, okay? Like, if I see y'all out, we are fighting because I've been grossly misled. This is despicable. Like, these are despicable. I am telling you, it looks horrible. It looks like I took kids makeup shimmer shadow and stuck it on my face with some Elmer's glue. Like, it is sitting on top of the skin so weird. This beautiful glow you see to my skin, this sheen, that's the NYX finishing powder doing its job, trying to help me out. But this, like, I'm personally offended. I'm personally offended by those Makeup Revolution bright light highlighters. To call that a highlighter is an offense to all highlighters in the world, okay? Y'all get it, okay. Let's move on to eyeshadow because this is going to be my second time using this ColourPop and Darth Vader palette. So I'm priming my eyes with my favorite budget-friendly, shall we say, BPERFECT eye primer. I think this is around $11, so I will link that down below. I'm going to blend it in with my BH Cosmetics brush. This is one of the brushes from the Opal brush from the BH Birthstone set, I think. Pearl, sorry, not Opal, Pearl. So I'm just going to blend in my eye primer. I always prime my eyes. I have deep set eyes and I do have oily eyelids. So if I don't use eye primer, my eyes are just going to eat the shadows away like hungry, hungry hippos, and there will be no shadows on my eyes, no matter the brand. So, eyes are primed, and I did a video swatching this, showing this Darth Vader palette, and I used all the shades except for the more red tone shades, so that's what I want to focus on today. I want to do something kind of easy. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with I Am the Master, this red. And I'm going to use a BH Studio Pro 6 brush. So I'm going to pick that up and I am going to spray my brush with a little bit of makeup mist. Actually, listen, I bought another one from Makeup Revolution. They were having like a buy two get one free. So I was like, oh, I want both of these highlighters and I'll get this setting spray for free because this says it's mattifying long wear makeup fixing spray, 16-hour wear, conceal and define infinite. So, woo, that's an aggressive sprayer. I'm going to spray my brush so I don't get any fallout. And I want this look to be red, red, red. And I want it to be kind of effortless looking. I want it to be a very shimmer heavy, metallic heavy. So that's why I'm going to start with my metallic. I like to do this sometimes when I don't want to spend a ton of time on my eyeshadow, but I want to have some fun with it. And I really want the shimmer to be like the main focus. I'll go in with the shimmer first. And you can see I'm not only putting it all over the lid, but I'm taking it up above the crease too. So really all over. Don't be afraid to get messy with your eyeshadow and to blend it where maybe you've been told before that you shouldn't put shimmer shadows there. Do what you want to do. We're here to have fun with our makeup. And if it's making you happy, you like doing your makeup a certain way, go for it. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just kind of putting this shade everywhere. Okay, once I have that red how I want it, you can see it's messy, it's fine. We're going to go in now with the matte shade. So I'm taking this Morphe 433 brush. And I want to go into Sith Lord. This really deep, it's almost like a plum color down here. And I'm going to tap off any excess. And I'm just going to go right on top of that kind of metallic-y shade. And I'm just going to deepen up the outer corner, and then I'm just going to kind of buff in through here like this, right over top of that metallic. And we're going to create our own custom color by mixing these two shades. I'm also bringing this dark shade in like this because I want my eye shape to be kind of dark in here, and dark out here. So don't be afraid to bring your shadows in here, especially when I'm not super concerned about opening up my eyes right now. I'm okay with them looking a little dark and sultry. Okay, I'm going to take this small Morphe brush that was part of a holiday set, and I'm going to go right in here to, what's the name of this shade? Dark Side. And we're just going to put this a little bit underneath this lower lash line. And just let it be dark, just back and forth. Remember, you can always go back and blend after the eye look is done as well. And then I'm going to take another little Morphe brush, and we're going to highlight the inner corner right here with Stormtrooper, this Super Shock shade. And I'm going to throw on a little bit of black eyeliner, some mascara, and then I have these House of Lashes Allura Light Lashes. I think these are around $10. This palette is a ColourPop palette. It's $16, I think. Again, I'll link it all down below, but I'll be back and we'll do the rest of the face and lips together. Okay, I actually put on my mascara. I used the Martine Cosmetics Atomic Mascara. This is around $15. And I was loving the way my lashes are looking, so I decided to skip false lashes today. We're just going to stick with the mascara, but I need to bronze up. I need to get some blush, and I need to do something to correct this highlight situation because it looks like a strip on my face. So I'm going to go in with my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. I have the shade Deep, and I'm using a by Beauty Bay brush, and we're just going to bronze up. I've been using the butter bronzer for years. It's so blendable. It's so buildable. So beautiful. I don't know. You can tell. Yeah, I have pan. I was like, I don't know if the pan's big enough, but it's definitely there. You can see I've got some major pan. Okay, I think the butter bronzer is normally around $12, I think. And for blush, I'm going to use this one from ColourPop. This is From the Moon. I use this one a ton. This was the one they did in collaboration with Sailor Moon. It's the more matte one, and it's super pink. So I thought that would be a fun color to put with these kind of purpley red dramatic eyes to have a more pink cheek. But yeah, I really like this blush color. I've talked about it so much ever since it launched, but I'm just going to blend this in. This is a Flower Beauty brush. If I can find it online, I will link it for y'all. I know I always see it like at the store, in store, but I'll see if I can find a link for it online as well. Isn't that pretty? Just a pretty pinky cheek color. And instead of like highlight, because I was envisioning the Makeup Revolution highlighter working out better, we're going to use Friendly from the PIXI Hello Kitty collab. To me, this says it's a blush, and it can be, but it is very glowy, so I like to use it more as a blush topper. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put it on as a blush topper, and then that is covering the Makeup Revolution a little bit, although I still feel like I can see that. But I'm just using it as a blush topper. I want to be glowy, and this is a Real Techniques brush. Very cute though, and now we'll do lips. Okay, I'm happier with how my complexion is looking now. I really want to try this Milani lipstick. This is in the shade 130 Lingerie, and I'm not sure what these are called, but I feel like I've heard people talking about this. I thought the component was cool, so let's see the shade. Oh, it's a very It's very pink. Okay, let me line my lips. I pulled out, I was hoping maybe this NYX liner would work. Y'all know, if you've been here for a while, I love my NYX Suede Matte Lip Liners. This is the shade Soft Spoken, so I'm just going to sharpen it really quick. I'm going to wipe this away, line my lips. These NYX liners are usually around the $5 price point. And I want to say I paid $6 or $7 for the MILANI lipstick. Okay, this feels like a balm lipstick type formula. Very slippy. Let's see if I can build out the color. It's an okay formula is my first thought. Kind of like a sheer lipstick. It's okay. I'll have to play with this some more, but I'm not like head over heels for it right now. Alright y'all, this is my finished look. Let me know if you like these get ready with me style videos. Do you like seeing drugstore budget friendly type makeup here on my channel? I know a lot of y'all wanted to see a second look with the Star Wars Darth Vader palette, so I hope you enjoyed this one. It's just going to be a chill day at home for me today. I have a full day of homeschooling ahead of me, so yay, I need to go get some caffeine to get started, but thank you so much for hanging out with me, getting ready with me. I will have everything listed and linked down below for y'all in case you're curious about any of the products that I tried, but thank you so much for watching. I will see you very soon in another video. Bye!